Hi crypto kids, welcome back to another video where you're never too young or too old to make money in crypto. Today, the headline is the Bitcoin, it's going to be something about Bitcoin pumping. And I'm very positive on Bitcoin now. Soon, either if it's now or next week or the week after, I think we're going to start making our way back towards the upside. And the reason for this is because of one single comparison, which we showed two comparisons. One comparison which we showed last week, we went into, or this week, early this week, we went into detail. We said that, look, Bitcoin is doing, in fact, no, it was last week, Friday, we did it on the Moon Show. We said Bitcoin is doing something very similar to what it did on the monthly time frame. So we're doing an inverse head and shoulders. This is that chart, by the way. We're doing an inverse head and shoulders, which we did a few months back on the monthly time frame. And we're seeing an exact repeat of the same pattern, just on a smaller time frame. When we look into the monthly chart, Bitcoin saw a retest to the inverse head and shoulder resistance, and then saw a move to the upside. Right now, I said on Friday that Bitcoin is forming the similar toppy candlestick formation. We have the CME gap to the downside, which is now filled. By filling that, I think we will also come down, retest the inverse head and shoulder resistance, and just like what we did on the monthly time frame, Bitcoin will start moving to the upside. So far, the CME gap has been closed successfully. I hope you guys were able to open some limits, long positions. And number two, we have now seen a successful retest. I think this wick is counting as a retest. We can just adjust it a little bit so that it makes sense. I think that's a very sensical retest to say that, hey, Bitcoin has come down and we've tested it. I think it's fine. So Bitcoin has in fact come down, done that retest, and I think we're going to start making our way to the upside. Can we see more drawdown? Obviously, but I'm still leaning into my bullish bias as long as we hold this linear upwards trend line, which I think we will. We may not, but from the multitude of different things that I'm seeing, I think Bitcoin will keep the uptrend. If it doesn't, then it's a different story. We'll make another video. But for the meantime, I'm holding all my positions. I think DCAing now makes sense with low leverage. And if we can see a confirmation over the next 2 weeks that this is a bottom and Bitcoin is going to be making its move back to the upside, then you can increase your leverage and add margin. If you're looking for a place to trade, Weeks is an incredible campaign where if you go to the first link in the description, sign up with just your email address and create your password, link your phone number, you'll get $10 for free to trade with. And then if you download the Weeks app, when you click the download now button after creating your account, you will get a free $1,000 Ethereum position airdrop, which is kind of crazy. So if you want to take advantage of that, first link is in the description where you can sign up to Weeks and start trading. So now I think is a good time to be accumulating Bitcoin long positions. I think over the next 1 to 2 weeks, we'll understand if this is the bottom. I hopefully think that it is, and that's how I am positioning myself to say that this is a retest and we will continue pumping to the upside. Remember, we have also the M2 money supply correlation indicating that Bitcoin should be heading to the upside for at least another 2 months before potentially seeing it topping out. And guys, actually something crazy happened yesterday. The legend, the person that brought the attention of the M2 money supply to the world, Raoul Pal, has actually replied to my post and shared his own personal prediction too, which is an absolute honor. I'm incredibly happy that he's done that. So massive shout out to Raoul. I hope I can have him on my channel one day. He's an absolute hero of mine. And he's the person that got me into crypto back in 2020 with his banana zone. So what an honor it is. He said, my view is that if this relationship continues, this will be banana zone phase 2 correction. To know how this develops, we need to take into account financial conditions which lead by 9 months and incorporate rates, dollar, and industrial commodities. My view currently is that this M2 top will be a red herring that instills fear and PTSD, but it's too early to tell. So he actually thinks that this M2 top is not the real top and that we could see like a mini top and then a continuation, and this will just instill a lot of fear into everyone, cause a lot of selling, but then Bitcoin actually ends up going to the upside. So that's his prediction. Honestly, I think it's a very fair prediction. He could be totally right on that, and it's just something that time will tell. From where I'm sitting, the only thing that does make 100% sense to me is to be in Bitcoin, to be long Bitcoin, as there is no scenario where we dump massively based off this specific correlation, which Bitcoin has been holding for the past 1.5 years with like over 90% positive correlation, and that's super, super impressive. And finally, speaking about Bitcoin, we are entering officially into the final phase, the most profitable phase of the bull market. I don't think there's so much time left for Bitcoin to be pumping. Maybe it's not 2 months, maybe it's 5 more months, but whatever that is, Q4 of 2025 is going to be the most profitable, the most euphoric phase of the Bitcoin bull market. So whatever money you can make from Bitcoin, do that right now, and try to watch every video that we post here on the CryptoKit channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're destroying the like button so the YouTube algo is feeding this content to you on a regular basis. And yeah, hopefully we'll do our best to make you the most money possible. And then when it's time to sell, we will say, you know what, this is what we think is a time to be selling. The retail obviously is still broke. When we hit quantitative easing, that's when altcoins will begin to rally. Quantitative easing could come as soon as Q4 of this year, but more likely Q1 of 2026. Ethereum also saw a pullback like we predicted. So we said that don't be scared of an Ethereum pullback before continuation. We've pulled back exactly to that resistance of the bullish pennant. And I think with the free money that Weeks gives you, now is a good time to be opening long positions, low leverage on Ethereum to DCA. We've been longing since 1.5 and 1.6 on Ethereum, so massively profitable already. But if you don't want to risk your own money, you can literally go and sign up to the first link in the description down below, download the Weeks app and get your free $1,000 Ethereum position and start longing Ethereum without using your own money. And I think this could be a pivotal point for Ethereum. Maybe we see a potential correction down into the 2.9 to the 3.1. But apart from that, I don't see Ethereum going back all the way to 2.7 and below, since Ethereum Bitcoin, in my personal analysis, has bottomed out already. What Benjamin Cohen says is that Ethereum is likely to break 4K, and as soon as it does, he expects it to go into 5.7 to 7.5. I think we can even go into $8,000. And finally, when we look into the ETFs have created a 20-day inflow record for Ethereum particularly. And within this 20-day record, they've garnered over $5 billion worth of inflows, which is insane. And yesterday was the first day that we broke this inflow streak. But 20 days of net inflows for Ethereum, a brand new record. And it's very exciting indeed. Something that you should keep an eye on is this current situation that's going between Trump and Russia. Very, very, very concerning. I don't want to dig too much into it because it's a very sensitive topic, but yeah, let's just hope that everything is fine between those two countries. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all on the next video incredibly soon. Take care, and as always, bye-bye.